Good morning, listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Talk About It with Sam. Today's current events, life, health, wealth, and lifestyle. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content. So much more to come. You can also find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Training with Sam. Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Talk About It with Sam. Today, I am going to be interviewing a good friend of mine, Krissy. Krissy is also part of the health and wellness and fitness world. So actually, Krissy has inspired me to really indulge in the fitness aspect of health and wellness. I followed her on Instagram and really just watched her journey and watched her really just transform her entire body. Which is super, super impressive. So I reached out to her to be on the podcast and she agreed, which is excellent. Krissy, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to be able to connect with you. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I was saying, so I follow you on Instagram. I've been following you for probably about a year and some change. And
Okay.
I really just watched all of your workouts, watched you really just build in bulk, and your muscle progress over the last year has been insane. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Well, my journey started way before Instagram became Instagram. So yeah, I would say my journey started in 2009, but I really got really serious about it. I would say 2016. I was always small and petite, wearing about anyway between 125 to 128. So it was always my goal to gain a little bit of weight and gain some muscle. So in the beginning, I can honestly say I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know the process. I didn't know how to gain the muscle or gain the weight the correct way. So I just started eating and eating more until I became certified, a certified personal trainer. And then that's when I started realizing what I needed to do, how protein was important, your macronutrients, all of that played a part in gaining weight versus just going to the gym. So once I started doing that, I started packing on some healthy weight, building some lean muscle, and the rest is history.
I love that so much. So my journey is very similar. I kind of just incorporated working out into my whole wellness journey and decided I was going to become a personal trainer also, because there were so many things that I needed to learn and I was teaching myself a ton of them, but I really wanted to have something to back me and I wanted to understand the science behind it.
Right.
Yeah, so that is wonderful. So can you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do as far as supplementation, your protein? Do you use creatine? Do you use amino acids? And how do you incorporate that?
Well, I just want to first start off by telling everyone supplements are not always needed. Supplements are what they are. They're just supplements. I do utilize protein powder and creatine. They are the only two supplements I take. Um, and I take my creatine every day, but I don't use protein powder every single day. The only time I use protein powder or a protein drink is if I know that I'm going to have a busy day and probably won't be able to get all of my meals in, then that's when I'll go to a protein powder or a protein drink. But other than that, I try my best to get my protein from my food.
I love that. So whole foods diet.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So how many grams of protein are you consuming in a day?
147.
Wow. Yes, yes. And you're doing that with all whole foods.
For the most part, yes, I do have, like I said, I do have days where I lean on protein powders and protein drinks to get that number up. But for the most part, it is from my whole foods.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing, because part of what I try to teach and what I incorporate in my own lifestyle is meal prepping, right? Constantly
Yes.
meal planning. You need to know, what are we eating? We need to have this planned out for the entire week so that we can sustain all of our goals, so that we can be hitting like all of our macros for each day.
Yes.
So how far in advance would you plan out your meal preparation for a week?
For me, I try to when I talk to my clients and when I talk about food and things like that, I always tell them to think of food prepping versus meal prepping. Because sometimes when you think of meal prepping, you think of, oh, I gotta eat the same thing every single day, da 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 this, da 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 that. And that's when they tend to kind of like fall off. So I always tell them, when during the week, think of two proteins that you would want to eat, two vegetables, and two carbs that you would want to eat. That way you can prepare it all on Sunday, and then you can swap and mix and match things during the week. So it's not like you're eating the same thing every single day. So for me, I'll probably try to meal prep like on a Sunday to last till a Wednesday, and then I'm doing it again on Wednesday to last till Saturday.
That's actually my same exact regimen. So that's awesome. I do the same exact thing. So Sunday
Yeah.
to Wednesday and then Wednesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I tend to lean towards the 3 days versus the four. Cause like, it is, you're right. It's hard to eat leftovers all of the time. And being able to kind of incorporate the next 3 days with something different really is more, it's more satisfying and it's easier to
Yes.
follow.
Yes. Yes.
And do you do breakfast, lunch, and dinner in snacks, or how do you go about your preparations? Do you just do 2 meals a day?
I do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and two snacks.
Awesome. Can you kind of share with us like some of the preparations that you have? Do you have like go-to preps, or are you kind of just like making them up on a regular
Yeah,
basis?
I'm a creature of habit. I'm the type of person that if I know that a certain meal is going to get me to my protein, I can eat that meal every single day without a problem. So, like for breakfast, I normally go towards my protein bagel with my turkey bacon and some eggs or something like that. That right there alone is going to get me almost 50 grams of protein. And then I'll have my snack. What I'll probably do is like a yogurt with some granola. And then for my lunch, I'll probably have like some chicken breast with some broccoli, some type of vegetable, and sweet potatoes or something like that. And for dinner, it's maybe like some ground turkey with rice and some peppers and onions and things like that, and then another snack, and then it's bedtime.
Beautiful. I love that so much. That's pretty much my diet too. And it's exactly kind of like how I incorporate things. I'm trying to lean a little bit more away from the dairy. I do a
Yes.
lot of like yogurts and I'll incorporate like fruit and stuff into it, but I'm trying to switch up those snacks a little bit. Um,
Yes.
but that is awesome. And how about sleep? How important do you think sleep is when it comes to exercise?
So important. I cannot stress it enough. We need at least 7 to 9 hours. 6 hours is okay, but 7 to 9 hours is what you should be getting, especially if you're in the gym. If you're in the gym, you're going to need that 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love talking about it too, just because I think people don't understand like how important it is for your recovery to get enough sleep. And it's like for
Yes.
your mental recovery, like your muscle recovery, all of it. And then hydration, of course, which is huge.
Yep.
Making sure that we stay hydrated, making
Yep.
sure that we're using electrolytes when need to, making sure that, we're really just like paying attention to our bodies and keeping ourselves as healthy as possible.
Yep.
One thing that I would love for you to share with us is some workouts that you tend to go to when you're trying to build and sustain muscle.
Well, my favorites are, of course, deadlifts. I love RDLs. I love split squats. What else do I love? I love lunges. I love anything that's like, I love unilateral work, and of course my squats and things like that. Like those are the things that I tend to lean towards, kettlebell swings, things like that when I'm trying to build muscle.
Beautiful. What is your personal record?
I haven't, you know what? I haven't been keeping really long time. I would say my hip thrust is 325.
What?
My deadlifts right now, because I backed off of it for a little bit because last year I went into menopause. So I
Oh,
kind of like slacked off of it for a little bit. So, but the highest I got with that was 185. My squats is all has always been my weakest lift. I'm only like at 135 with that. So I haven't really hit no
that's
big
impressive.
numbers in a long time.
It sounds to me like you're doing great.
I mean, I always say for me to be 44 years old, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look amazing. And menopause
Thank
is a
you.
serious thing. Like the way it affects your hormones is it's real.
Right. Very real. Very real.
Wow. 320 is a lot.
It is.
Good for you. Wow, that's really amazing.
Thank you.
Do you do any virtual coaching?
I do have online coaching. I don't promote it enough, which I need to start promoting it a little more. But I do online coaching.
Awesome. So if anybody has any questions or, if they wanted to reach out to you to talk about fitness and exercise, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at MQ underscore fitness underscore. You can find me on TikTok at MQ fitness with the number 40. And I am on Facebook at Motivated Queens Fitness and also YouTube as Krissy P.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on. And I have to say, anybody that is interested in workouts or short clips, super educational, super informative. I follow her on Instagram. That's actually where I met Krissy. I've been following her for a long time. You actually helped me with my form a lot. So prior to me going to
Oh,
school to
thank
become a
you.
personal trainer, yeah, you're welcome. I used to watch your videos over and over again to try to like perfect my form because I know that a lot of times when I'm deadlifting, like I'll tend to kind of slouch, and I realized like that my shoulders were coming down a little bit, and I'm like, this just isn't working. And then I found you on Instagram, and I was like, this is it. So it's super super helpful. I would encourage everybody to go like, follow, share, and of course reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Well, thank you so much for taking this time. I really appreciate it. Just kind of talking about, the fitness aspect of things, the protein intake, really utilizing whole foods as your nutrients is super, super important. And then of course, just trying to make sure that we get you some more followers so that a lot of people can just learn a lot of the things that you taught me.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me today.
You're very welcome. Take care, Krissy. Thank you so
All right,
much.
you too. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.